came out pretty clean again. We had Tremaine Brock with the left groin strain. He's had an MRI, and it looks to be okay. So he should practice on Wednesday or Thursday and play in a game. Adam Jones should also be back next week for the Chiefs. Questions?
Did anything else stand out to you after you watched the film?
Well, after watching the film, 2 or 3 times, it was a lot of self-inflicted wounds, Offensively, I thought we moved the ball okay. We were in scoring zones a lot, and the penalties pushed us out of scoring zones. That's disappointing, and it's really most of it, it was good calls, holdings. We had 4 holding calls, that pushed us out of scoring range. I thought on defense, defensively, we stopped the run again. They averaged 2.8 yards a carry, but the passing game obviously gave us problems. We got to challenge more at the corner position and make more plays. If teams want to throw the ball that quick, we have to play closer in coverage and make some plays early. That way our pass rush can get there. But it's a blueprint on tape right now in the last 3 weeks. Throw it quick. Challenge the DBs, throw it quick, and keep Von Miller and Chubb and those guys at bay by throwing the football quick. On special teams, I thought that we did some good things. Obviously blocking 2 kicks in the game, that's huge for us. But I thought as a punt unit, we were not very good. We gave them the ball twice at midfield. We gave them the ball once after a return and a sideline penalty, on Isaac Yiadom, who wasn't even in the game. So they had, 3 pretty good drive starts on our defense at midfield, which we can't do. And, 2 of those were from our punt team, which we can't do. So, but overall, we didn't play winning football, and we have to go back and fix it. I'm sorry, Nikki, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Chris said afterwards that he believes the secondary needs to do a better job of disguising and moving around so the quarterback doesn't know where to go. Do you agree with that assessment?
I think yes. That's some of the problems. Could be that. But the bottom line is we gotta, obviously play better, and especially in man-to-man situations, and we got to coach better and help those guys. Play more shell defense on certain downs, so we can coach and play better. But I'm not concerned about the comments, because Chris is playing good football. And what he's saying, he wants to win. So I have no problem with what he's saying. And sometimes teams trap you into certain formations where you have to show your hand quicker. We're getting a bunch of reduced splits where guys who are press are playing more off, and it brings your safeties down. So it shows right now single high. So when those things happen, we have to just play through them and play. But we can help those guys with more looks and help them with more coverage packages.
Look at the Phil Lindsay ejection. What do you think of that?
I couldn't see if he threw a punch or not, but I saw him dive into the pile, which is illegal. So he can't do it, It was 3 guys who dove into the pile. It was Humphreys for them. He was the first guy. Then Leary dove into the pile, and then Phillip dove into the pile. So it should have been 3 penalties on all 3 of those guys, because that's against the rules. But I didn't see a punch being thrown. I couldn't tell if a punch was thrown. He said he didn't throw a punch. But, we have to own the penalties. We can't talk around the penalties. We have to own them, right? They called them, so we have to own them.
Did you get clarification at all on the penalty on Chris's return after the blocked field goal? Was that on Petco then?
It was on Petco, right? He had the wrong number the whole time. He called it. He said it was 77, but it was on Petco, and Petco had his hands on his back, even though it was 20 yards behind the play. It was called very late, but he had his hands on his back. So we have to own it, right? That's what they saw. That's what they called. And really, when I watched the tape, it was a good call.
The timeouts at the end of the half, Vance.
Yeah.
I don't know. It didn't. I guess it didn't work out.
Didn't work out.
Is there do you got people up there saying, hey, under 5 yards, you got to call a timeout on first down?
I mean, it's a group of us talking, but that's on me. I could have bled it out, but I was thinking, let's get these points back. We just lost 3 points by having penalties, so I was being over aggressive. But in hindsight, that was wrong. I should have bled it out and got to the half. 17-14 is our ball coming out, but I chose to call a timeout, get the ball back, and we're backed up. And we missed the 2nd and 10, and the 3rd down we had a drop, and we had a bad punt. But all that being said, that's on me, right? On the road, it's raining. They're going to have us backed up, so I should have just bled it out and got to halftime 17-14 and not 20-14. That's totally on me.
One of those plays where you were able to move the ball into their 20, does that give you that encouraging that the foundation at least is strong?
Absolutely. We did some good things, offensively, especially in the second half. We ran the ball. We ran the ball one series for 8, 9, 10 yards and threw the ball. And again, we were in scoring range a ton. I think we were 2nd and 5 from the 5, 2nd and 1 from the 6, and didn't get any points from it. So again, I think we left probably 20 points out there on the field. That offensively, defensively, and special teams alike. So, but we did some good things in all 3 phases. But overall, we made too many mistakes.
Mental toughness and the ability to overcome adversity, can that be coached?
Could it be coached? Yeah, yes, some of it can, but it's the makeup of your players, and that part, we've done well the last 3 weeks. Even yesterday, as poorly as we played, you're in the fourth quarter and you're still feeling good about our chances of winning the football game, and we're driving to get more points early in the fourth quarter. So that part, I'm proud of our football team, for the grit that we've shown the last 3 weeks. But that being said, it's all 3 games kind of look alike. We had a lot of self-inflicted wounds, turnovers, and not having tight enough coverage, and it finally caught up to us. On the road versus a good Baltimore team, it's hard to win when you're not playing good, clean football.
You mentioned punting earlier. Do you know what was going on with Marquette King when you first had discussion?
He's got to simply punt better. No different than our corners. Got to play better in coverage, and we got to block better. I mean, he's a football player. He got to do his job. He got to punt better.
So it's a small sample size, but any concern with Case at 5 picks, 3 touchdowns?
I'm not, and again, this is Case's first time being a guy out the gate. I think Case is going to play better and better with time. He missed practice on Wednesday this week. That could have affected some of his, how fast he plays with the ball. But I am not concerned. Again, he does so many good things during the game. It keeps you hopeful that he's going to play better and better as we go along here. And again, that's a tough defense to prepare for. They gave us some different looks that we weren't prepared for, and we adjusted obviously. But he didn't play perfect, but he didn't play bad either.
You said last week
Yes.
that you share in the game planning defensively,
I do.
play calling defensively.
I do.
Are you tempted to share a little more?
Well, I'm in every meeting, okay, and with our defense, you got Reggie Herring, you got Bill Kolar, myself, you got Marcus Robinson and Greg Williams and Beak, and half of our staff have been in this system for a very long time, so we understand the system, So when we game plan, it's all of us. Obviously Joe makes the calls, I make some of the calls also, but when you game plan, it's all of us. So once the sheet's finalized, it's really everyone's input. So I'm in every meeting, so that won't stop, And again, we have to definitely help our defensive backs more because teams do have a blueprint on how to soften our coverage. And those kids are trying and they're competing, but it's our job to make their lives easier. So we will do that, and that's through the calls we make, and that's how we game plan. Obviously, we thought going into that game that we can really cover those guys up. And with the normal splits we did, with the cut splits and the motions we didn't. So I think we have to have a better plan moving forward to help our guys. As they adjust, we have to adjust even faster. So, but again, we have to coach better, and we will.
For Garrett Bowles, how do you think he'll respond in the pass rush?
He'll be fine. He'll be fine. He played against a Hall of Fame type of rusher, and the guy's crafty, and the guy's chippy, and Bozy competed. But he had two really tough holding calls that cost us, and he understands that, and he has to play with great technique and great poise. It's like being a corner, being a left tackle. I mean, every play you can be exposed if you're not playing with great technique. So, but he'll get better from it, and move forward.
Last one, Zach. What do you think of Bradley Chubb's performance?
I thought Bradley played well, and he's playing better and better each week. The sack he had with the second play of the game, it's a big-time move versus Stanley, who's a good football player. He power rushed him and took the edge, and I had a clean hit on the quarterback and got a sack there. But he's playing really well. He was very productive in coverage and in the run game. So I've been pleased with how he's played.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.